What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. I warned you guys. I absolutely warned you guys. I told you that this was coming. I told you that YouTube was making changes, and I had already started experiencing it a long time ago with a lot of my videos, in which I actually did a community post on the Anton Daniels channel, and I showed you that the overwhelming majority of my videos had been demonetized, and that I wasn't actually making any real revenue from YouTube when it came to a lot of the interviews that I was doing, of course, including the Charleston White interview, but a lot of the other content that I was doing. And so I had pivoted and I made adjustments, and a lot of people were complaining. A lot of people were like, Anton, I don't like you making modifications and that you're muting out certain words and you re-edited the videos and all of this other type of stuff or whatever. And guess what I did? I didn't care. I continued to make the adjustments and the changes regardless, because I had already seen the play. And so when YouTube's new monetization policy and changes when it comes to content creators came down recently, I had already been in a position of power because I had already pivoted and made adjustments, and I put my team on it, and my editors had started making the changes that we needed to make. So while everybody else is trying to figure it out and getting mad at YouTube, I just make adjustments. So before we get started and before I break down this whole demonetization thing, make sure you hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. In addition to that, make sure you tap into T Chanley, 30% off your first order plus a free gift. The Patreon, I just dropped a video probably no less than an hour ago of me and Just Pearly Things, because in the episode, her 101st episode featuring me and the lead attorney and then several OnlyFans girls, that dropped yesterday. And so I was watching that. I thought that I probably might do a review video on it today. Neither here nor there. But that dropped yesterday on Just Pearly Things. And then I had the exclusive interview for her or with her in Miami. And so I dropped that in the Patreon for the Bag Chasers. So the full uncensored interview is available for you guys. Shout out to my Bag Chasers. You know I'm going to continue to pour into y'all and give y'all the uncensored interviews, the best content ever when it comes to business and looking at everything from a business perspective. I'm strongly considering opening up another tier just for women that want to be coached monthly by my wife, so that you can get some understanding on how you need to move in that specific arena. And then also, last but not least, make sure y'all tap into the Alpha Juice Company. They have some phenomenal codes and some things that's going on right now. So I'm dropping that in the description for y'all to be able to pour into that. And then we're going to rock out from there. What's going on, honey? You all right? Well, kick it 1 second. So let me finish adding content for y'all, or context for y'all, to what's going on from a business perspective, right? So YouTube has changed, and they're continuously changing, and all social media platforms are going to change. We've seen over the years a lot of people change and pivot and modify the course that they're on when it comes to content creation, because they don't want to be doing this for free. They actually want to be compensated accordingly to whatever it is that they have going on, right? And so as a result, they've pivoted. YouTube wants to make sure that they are appeasing all of the advertisers, because let's be clear, without any kind of advertisement, they wouldn't be doing this. It takes a lot of money to run these platforms. So all of the developers and the servers, and y'all uploading billions and billions of minutes of footage every single day. It costs money to do that. And so they need to be able to generate revenue as a result of it. So what they've done is they've demonetized a lot of content creators' platforms. Now, this more closely hits home for gamers. Gamers. Take this L. Gamers are really catching L because YouTube is hitting back on two things specifically. The first thing that they're hitting on is the overabundance of curse words. Specifically, this is how it goes. Within the first within the first 8 seconds, and then within the first 15 seconds, if I'm not mistaken, this is the short version. You can go and read the policy yourself. Within the first 15 seconds, let's just say the first 15 to 30 seconds just to be safe. They don't want any kind of derogatory language, any cuss words, or anything like that. Now, the D word, I'm not even going to say it on these videos because I'm just being safe, is cool. They're not tripping off of that. But F, S, B, all of those words, any kind of derogatory language, any negativity, they're going to automatically censor your video. In addition to that, they don't want, and this is the second thing, they don't want any gory images, any killing, any bloody video gamers, anything like that, even if it comes to gaming specifically. Now, obviously, we know like the Call of Duties and even Fortnite and stuff like that, you could be largely affected by what you have going on inside of your videos. So all of these previously recorded videos and the content, YouTube is going back and they demonetizing all of these people. Now, that significantly hurts a lot of content creators because these legacy videos still generate a lot of money. They generate a lot of money. And so even with me having a vast content library, especially with all of the interviews and the past live streams and all of the things that I've created, I'm being a lot more cautious and safe in how it is that I go about creating content. I've largely modified how I communicate and that I cuss less. And even with, the whole thing with the whole, 8 seconds, 30 seconds within a video, they don't want any of that cussing. And then you can kind of do what you want to do. Even after that, they said that you can't really hit it like that repeatedly after that time frame to where you still can get demonetized as a result of it. So you just got to be careful, right? And y'all got to understand that this is not our platform. We are providing a service as a contractor on a completely different platform for all of the content creators out there. And so when they make changes, either you adjust or you die or you go somewhere else. So I am platform agnostic, in which I am largely working towards now in 2023, moving on over to multiple different platforms. I've also been working feverishly on creating my own platform personally so that I can have and control everything that goes on in my environment. But also I believe still, and I'm always going to be a part of, hopefully, YouTube, because it is a great opportunity to reach a lot of people. They do still pay me a lot of money, and I'm just making adjustments accordingly, right? So I've created a completely different channel for the archived videos that are remastered when it comes to my thumbnails, the content that I'm putting out as far as all of the interviews, modifying the audio, and making sure that I'm properly meeting all of the guidelines as far as censorship, as far as YouTube requirements. So they're going to still air originally on the Anton Daniels channel as far as the interviews. The uncensored interviews are still going to remain on Patreon, so we always going to drop that until we start our own platform. And then the remastered version, as far as the legacy videos, after they've been out, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, they then get removed from the Anton Daniels channel, and then they get moved over to Don't Do Coke in the Bathroom, and then they live there, right? And so I'm always working. I'm always making modifications. You're always changing. You're always going to be ever evolving. And for those that don't change, they fall by the wayside. I'm curious to know what your thoughts are now that you're familiar with everything that's going on, now that you realize that I'm ahead of the curve. And I've been seeing a lot of other content creators make the modifications that I'm making, and then they start catching the same problems from the audience that's complaining, telling you to release stuff for free and don't get monetized. And just because it's not monetized on our end does not mean that YouTube don't still make money from it. So why should I let them make money from it when I'm putting all of the investment in what it is that I'm doing for you guys, and then I can actually, at least recover a portion of what it is that I put into it in order to create this great content? That's not fair either. I want to know what y'all thoughts are. Let me know in the comments what you think. What do you think about this new policy? Are you affected as a content creator? And what changes, if any, will you be making, or will you be staying steadfast and staying stuck in your ways? I think you're going to change. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you later. Peace.